Hi, I'm full of blood, probably like you. Lucky for me, I meet the donor criteria to donate blood. So today we're gonna find out what's the deal with blood donation. I have a lot of questions about what it means to donate blood and what it feels to donate blood. So today I'm gonna answer those questions. What blood type am I? And how do you find that out? Like, could someone just look at you and be like, you're A negative? Is A negative even a type? I don't really know. And how do you find out what blood type you are? Is there a test? I think there's a finger prick test, but is that something you do when you donate? Do you have to know already before you go in? Does it hurt? I know they take it from here, so I'm kind of like, is it gonna be like, oh no. Yes, I am wearing a red shirt today because blood. But at the same time, I was wearing my pajama shirt inside out and backwards this morning, so I don't know if that says something else about how my day's gonna go. How much blood is taken? Is it like a cup? Is it like 2 cups? Is it like half a cup? Is it like a vial and they're like, ah yes, this is enough to just help somebody who needs it? I don't know. How long does it take? Like, if I'm stressed out and my blood pressure is high, would that help push the blood out faster? Should I be going into this stressed out? Maybe. One very important question I have is, do you get a cookie and a juice box after? Because that's what happens in all the TV shows, and I kind of want a cookie and a juice box, but I also understand if that's not where blood centers are putting the resources. How long does blood last once it's outside of your body? Like, when it's not pumping through you, how long is it kept in the refrigerator or wherever it's kept for? I know in Twilight, I think Carlisle, the doctor vampire, would just like drink human donated blood sometimes. I might have made that up. That could be a plot point that never existed, but it might be a plot point that did. Final question. How do you feel afterwards? Like, do you feel like you're missing blood? Is your body like, whoa? What percentage of blood in your body is taken when you're making this donation? I'm really trying to do this because I kind of want to destigmatize and normalize what it's like to donate blood, and I'm hoping it's a really positive slash regular normal experience people have when donating, but I don't really know what to expect, so let's go for a ride and find out. Blood. Hello, it is Kate in the afterlife, the after donating blood life, and life's good. It went really well. The people there were super, super nice, super friendly. I had overall a great experience. Before I went in, I did a questionnaire online that asks you all sorts of things to make sure that you are an eligible donor for it. So I did do those tests and they did tell me that I was an eligible donor. When I got there, I had to just walk up to a desk, tell them my name, and then they had me go to sort of this little like iPad kiosk and I had to answer a bunch of questions about my history. It's really easy. It's really simple. They want people to come in and donate, so they've made it as simple as they can. And then you go into a room with one of the people who work there and they do this little finger prick test. And the finger prick test was really cool. I don't actually remember which finger it was on. All my fingers are perfectly fine. And that's just to check if your iron is where it needs to be for you to safely make a donation on that day. and mine was, so everything was good to go. They asked a couple questions about my family history to see if I was part of any rare blood group types. Actually, before I went into the room with the person, they offered me any sort of snacks. And so, yes, I took a pack of goldfish. You're supposed to have a salty snack right before you donate, so I was like, the snack that smiles back sounds good to me. So I just had that while sort of answering their questions. And then, oh, you also get this like packet to donate. Not like you're donating the packet, but it's a packet of like the blood bags and tubes and stuff that they use to hook you up to because they put your barcode on it. It is kind of intimidating to look at because you get sort of like 3 or 4 bags, like very medical looking blood bags that have the tubes coming out of them. The person who took me into the room was very clear. They were like, just so you know, you're only filling one of these bags today. You're just filling one of these bags. And I was like, okay. And looking at it, it's like, yeah, I mean, if I was filling that many bags, I don't know if there'd be that much left in me. But apparently it's to separate them into, I hope I get this right, I probably won't, plasma, white blood cells and red blood cells. I went to sit down in their little waiting area where you can see other people who are currently donating blood, and they're all sitting on the most comfortable looking chairs of all time. Like, you know how chairs at the dentist are like pretty comfy? They looked more comfy than that. I waited in the waiting room. I grabbed some craisins while I was in the waiting area, and then as I grabbed them, they were like, next up, and I was like, oh my god, so I walked over with my craisins. I sat down, they just asked a couple questions, confirmed my identity, and then she grabbed sort of a thing to tighten around my arm, like a little strap, and then tightened it and had me squeeze like a paper towel ball. So it's just sort of squeezing that, and I think that was to help her find the vein. And then she grabs a needle, put it in my arm. It was pretty painless, honestly. You just sort of feel it for a sec and then that's it. And then the blood starts flowing. That was the start of something new. It feels so right. But when they put the needle in you, it's really chill. You're not sitting there feeling like you're being stabbed the entire time. You really just feel the needle when they insert it, and that's it. And then you can kind of watch the blood flow out of you. Then your blood kind of sits on this teeter-totter thing and it goes back and forth. And you're holding the paper towel ball and you're just kind of squeezing it the whole time. And you're sitting back, lazing in the most comfortable chair ever. They tell you it helps if you clench and squeeze your muscles in your legs and your stomach, and then release, and then clench, and then release. I think that's just to keep blood flow in the rest of your body going normally. I did that. I think it took in and around 15 minutes for my donation. You can also watch, there's a little counter of how many milliliters have gone through, so you can see how full it's getting, and it becomes almost like a video game where you're just like, go, 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 get there, and you're trying to get to 488 milliliters, which they said is about a pint. I don't know if that's true. Also, pints are measured differently in different places, so I don't know if it's a British pint or an American pint or whose pint it is. Almost equal to this bottle of ranch. It's actually, you would donate 13 milliliters more than what's in here, which seems like a lot, but with shrinkflation, I feel like these used to be a lot bigger. The people working there were amazing. Some of them are volunteers, some of them are staff. Everybody who I encountered was so friendly. They were cool with me filming. I did not want to film too much though because there were other people there donating and I don't want to be someone deterring other people from coming in to donate because, you know, there's annoying influencer types in the room. They also gave me this pin that says, "I've donated, yay!" I think you get pins for milestone donations, and then you get this really cool tape to keep pressure on your arm for a couple hours after. I'm probably good to take it off now, but I just feel really cool wearing it, so I'll probably wear it for the next month. After my donation, I was just sitting in the chair. They keep you in that chair for like 5-ish minutes after you donate so that you don't just stand up right away. You get up and then you go hang out in their sort of waiting area, and they have lots of snacks. They have sugary snacks, they have sugary drinks, they have water, they have salty snacks. So I grabbed, naturally, some cookies and a juice box, and I really enjoyed them. I went through a whole bottle of water too while I was there. I brought mine from home. They do have refill stations there, so you don't have to use single-use water bottles. So I actually donated blood one time before when I was in high school, and they still had me in their records. They were able to tell me my blood type right away, then and there. I am O positive. Not a universal donor, but I think that means I can donate to anyone with positive blood types, which is pretty cool. That makes me a pretty awesome donor, although I'm sure every blood type is very valuable. How am I feeling right now? I'm feeling good. I'm actually feeling pretty great. I'm not dizzy or anything. I'm a little tired, but that just could be the Monday blues. I really don't feel dizzy. They tell you to take it easy afterwards, so don't go to a powerlifting competition right after you donate, but if you don't know your blood type, they will still take your blood, and then in a few weeks or a few months you can check in on the app and it will tell you what type of blood you have. I was there for about 1 hour to do the questionnaire, the secondary screening where they test your iron with the finger prick test, the sitting in the waiting room for a couple minutes, the donation, and then sitting in the waiting room to make sure that I was feeling 100% before I left. It was an hour. The donation itself was probably around 15 minutes for me. They say it's normally 10 to 15 minutes for people, so my blood was just slow. It was taking its sweet time in my body for some reason, but I know I'm not the fastest person alive. It's something I've been okay with. The Canadian Blood Services say it's in you to give, and I think that's a really great motto. I think if you want to find out if you're an eligible donor, feel free to use their online tools or your local blood donation clinic's online tools, and hopefully you can find out if that is right for you. Obviously, be sure to take care of yourself. Don't do something that doesn't feel right. Talk to your doctor. Make sure you're not listening to someone like me tell you what to do. Do it if you want to do it. But it's a really simple process, so if it is something that you're a good fit for, I hope you wouldn't be afraid to try it, because it was pretty great. They want people to come in and donate blood, so it's a really worthwhile cause, and it could save somebody's life, or it could be very important in keeping somebody alive. So if you can and if you want to, and if it makes sense for you, maybe try it out. So I guess that's the deal with blood donations. If you want to know what's the deal with any other topic, feel free to drop it in the comments, and it just might be my next video. I'm kind of curious to take this off, and it's been a couple hours now, so it's allowed. This tape stuff is really cool. Woohoo! That was probably the most painful part, was just taking the tape off. But look! It looks totally fine. It just looks like something's been squeezed around my arm for a while. But I'm keeping this tape stuff. It's pretty great. I don't think you're supposed to reuse it. I'm not actually gonna keep it. But it sticks to itself really well. The little things in life sometimes, am I right? You're still here? The video's over. Go home. Like, comment, and subscribe.